Alright, today I'm going to be showing you what my gym would be like if I were a gym leader. So, pretty much, Birdkeeper Toby made a video recently that was like his gym if he was a gym leader, and he said, hey, make your own video on your gym. So I'm like, heck yeah, that's awesome. So that's pretty much what this video is going to be about. And that's pretty much it, so I'm just going to jump right on into this. So, the theme for my gym would be bookstore cafe. And you know those things, they're like when half of the place is a cafe, the other half's a bookstore. It's like that. So, I would be ghost type gym leader, and I'd be the last gym leader, and be really hard. Because mostly, I'm thinking the story would be that I tried to become part of the Elite Four, couldn't really cut it, so I'm putting the trainers that want to fight them through as much trouble as possible. So yeah, let's get on to more of the fun details. So pretty much the layout would look like this. Now, there's going to be more detailed bits of a certain area in a second, but here is pretty much the general idea. Now, since it's a bookstore cafe, when you see the different colored portals and whatever, so that's part of, like, the gym's gimmick. You have to, like, find a book on a shelf, like all the other shelves are like, all these books have empty pages, but if you go up to the right one, then when you open it up, it'll have, like, you begin to read a medieval story, and then it'll teleport you to a medieval area, and you have to go through and find a gym trainer and have a mild little story, and you will then go to another bookshelf, and that'll take you back to the next area. Now, pretty much, it's not going to be too complicated, like, all the NPCs, to make it even more ghostly and creepy, if you talk to them and they're not the gym trainer, they're just going to disappear, just like any doors besides one that lead to certain areas. And it's cool, it's going to be like putting you through different scenarios, and I like that. So, pretty much, this is the area that you walk into, like when you first leave the town and into the gym. And as you can see, there's like an NPC that serves pie and all that. But here's going to be the crazy thing about this gym. So in other areas, you buy food for your Pokemon and all that. But this will be the only gym where the trainer eats. The pie will be free, and the people who serve it will be like, oh, hi, would you like to buy a pie? Wait, you haven't eaten at all in your whole journey? You've been feeding this to your Pokemon this whole time? Wow, I'll put it on the house for now. So then, like, you pretty much just get unlimited pie. The trainer eats it, does nothing for your Pokemon, but it's just a little thing. And the different areas and books and whatever will give you a different pie, because each one will also have a little mini version of this cafe. So, of course, the first one serves cherry. The second one, because it's medieval, has shepherd's pie, a nice shepherd's pie. The second one, steampunk, strawberry rhubarb, IDKY. Then pumpkin, and etc. You can read, can't you? I'm pretty sure you can read. I don't know. You're probably illiterate. So, yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about the base. Of course, something you were probably wanting to see, my Pokemon. So, of course, I have a Drifloon to represent the steampunk area, Chandelure to represent a restaurant where you get to witness the ending of a murder mystery, Aegislash for the medieval one, and Spiritomb for a graveyard. So, my Drifloon knows Shadow Ball, Will-O-Wisp, Minimize, and Gust. And of course, the TM I give you at the end is TM... I don't know it off the top of my head. I had it written down somewhere, but I made all my notes digital and forgot to put that part in. Sorry. But pretty much, you get the TM for Will-O-Wisp. So, Drifloon knows Shadow Ball, Minimize, Will-O-Wisp, and Gust. They're all pretty powerful moves. Minimize is so that it can shrink, and of course, do a bunch of cool stuff, and of course, Aftermath ability, and that's nice. And their items are pretty much their plates. So yeah, Drifloon is supposed to, like, burn you, Shadow Ball you, Minimize. It's just supposed to be kind of annoying as the first one out. And then there's Chandelure. So, it knows a Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split, Fire Blast, and Hex. and its ability is Flash Fire. So in certain scenarios, it gets a fire boost, which is great for its Fire Blast. So this one is also supposed to be extremely annoying because it knows Pain Split, and that is very great. So if you start getting it down, it'll just use Pain Split. I mean, if you know about it, you know it's a good move to mess with people. So let's just move right on down. Ike Slash. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, whatever. So it knows Sacred Sword, Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Sneak, and King's Sword, and that's just, decent moves for it. Yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know about that one. Then there's Spiritomb, Will-O-Wisp, Hypnosis, Giga Impact, and Hex. Sorry, the way I'm recording this, it covers up a tiny bit of it whenever blah blah blah. Anyways, so his ability is Pressure, so you have to use double the PP in order to use moves. And he's supposed to be like my final resort. He uses Hex, so he's supposed to, since you've been being burnt by all the Will-O-Wisps and stuff, really mess with your team, which will definitely have been totally affected by my gym trainers, which I will discuss after this. So yeah, that's my team. Alright, so I'm going to summarize it all right now. So first you go into Knights, then you go to Steampunk, then Restaurant, then an Ancient Tomb, and then up to my area. So first you go into the Knights thing, and then there's this Tyrannical Duke. You are ushered up pretty much by a mysterious narrator voice with a special font or something like that. Brings you up, you have to fight him, save the people, and like I've said before, there's a cafe in every area that you can go to, and I'm pretty sure that's where I'd also have all the books to get to the next place. So then, of course, whenever you talk to a person or try to go through a door that you weren't supposed to go to, it'll disappear, like that girl on Sky Arrow Bridge in Black and White. Was it Sky Arrow? You know what I mean, if you played Black and White. So anyways, after that, you go to Steampunk, where pretty much you confront this dude who's an engineer of some sort, and he's looking over this giant, vast area of blimps, and he's saying things like, "What have I done?" whatever. And then you end up fighting him, blah blah blah. That area has strawberry rhubarb pie. Next you go to the restaurant, where there's a murder mystery. And so pretty much there, you have to try to talk to the people, and of course when you talk to the people, they disappear because they're ghosts. And once you've talked to everybody, another sprite appears, and you have to battle them, which is really cool. And then they insinuate that because you made all these people disappear, that you were the murderer all along, and that's interesting. So then you go to a tomb, and that's pretty much like you have to awaken the tomb, and I don't know, there could be a simple puzzle like walk over there, flip the switch, walk over there, flip the switch. Oh, now you can go into the tomb and fight this NPC. That's like pretending to be a hex maniac. Sorry, I was going to say pretending to be ghost, but I think it'd be a hex maniac. Once you go through there, a book takes you to a tower where you're ushered up by two people who are the same sprite as the ones that serve the pie. So they take you up, you meet the person with the narrator voice, like I said, special font or whatever, and then you eat pie together, and then pretty much you talk and discuss, and then you eventually end up challenging them, and of course that's me, the gym leader. And then when you win, all the pie is served back at the base, but let me backtrack a little and talk about the Pokemon that each person will have. And pretty much the only one that I feel like I really, really need to tell you about, I did plan them all, but I'm not going to put them all in this video. The only one I really need to talk about is the Steampunk one, because he has a really trolly Drifloon, which has a bunch of different abilities and moves involving Destiny Bond, Explosion, and Aftermath and all that, but that pretty much set you up for having at least one Pokemon taken out there. So yeah, that's pretty much the Pokemon side of things. Now there's only one thing I want you to do for me. First, make your own video of this, or, make it in the comments if you are a little shy, but also, there's this really cool button that I learned about. Well, I didn't just learn about it, but you should just learn about it. It's called a like button, and then you press it. You could also do it to this button that says subscribe. I don't know why I sung that, but you should do it even more because you're inspired by my singing of the word subscribe. So yeah, oh, by the way, if you check in the background, oh yeah, wrecking the Galaga board at my school. Anyways, see ya! Alright, just kidding. That wasn't actually the real ending, so pretty much I want you to friend me on the app Miitomo. It's a free app made by Nintendo, and that's pretty cool. I'm not sponsored or anything, but I just want to talk to my subs and people who aren't my subs, 21 subs for the win now. So pretty much, you can do whatever, you can dress up your me and stuff like that, but you can also answer questions like, what's your favorite food, yeah, stuff like that, like which book you like the most. You answer questions like that, and then your friends can try to guess your answers, they can see your answers, and stuff like that. It's very interesting, and I think I do a pretty good job answering my questions in ways that are humorous enough. So, yeah, I put a bit of time into that, but sadly, well, I have a hard time convincing people to join Miitomo, so please do. And in order to do so, of course, you will have to either friend me on Facebook or follow me on Twitter, and of course, I do not have a Facebook for my channel, so you'll have to follow the channel's Twitter, and it's okay, you can, unfollow it the second you friend me and whatever, that's alright. This isn't some scam or anything, but still, you should get this game. It's super awesome, and I'd like to interact with people on it, because for now I'm lonely, a lonely loner on the Miitomo world.